Hi everybody, Christine Bertram coming to you live from the Hive here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. And it's been a day, to say the least. It's been a day. It's been a good day. A busy day. A very busy day. I think busier than we'd ever expected. So there was a lot of things that happened here. And we had to go with the flow, I guess you could say. If you talk to Rose Coleman, she always calls it a gong show. She's like, today was just an absolute gong show. And I have to look up to see what a gong show is because I think I know what a gong show is, but I feel like I need to look that up to see because I felt like today felt like that. So there was a lot happening. I think that we're working through our kinks for the paper pumpkin, you guys. I took some time for myself this morning. I had my medical massage where she works on my leg from my broken foot all the way up to like here basically because it's not correct. So she works on that. And so I did that. And while that was happening, Kelly was here doing paper pumpkin class, which was great. What'd you forget?
I have stuff for you.
You have stuff? Okay.
So.
Uh-oh, good.
I'll tell you about it later.
Okay, so it's good.
More.
Okay, bye, Kelly. So we had a little minor hiccup with the April paper pumpkin class. Kelly had every intention of emailing that out to everybody yesterday with the unlisted link because for the paper pumpkin classes we do those as unlisted classes, and that is because they're for people who it's the only class that we do that you have access to the tutorial and the video if you do the registration. And I wasn't aware that she hadn't done the tutorial yet, which is what would have been where the link to the unlisted was. So I get out of my appointment and I've got missed call after missed call and email after email and text after text saying, hey, there's a live, where is it? So I called Kelly, you guys. So if you watch that one, you're going to see that Kelly did the live and she stopped in the middle of the live to send the link out to everybody. But she didn't have the correct file that had everybody. So we keep a couple files. We keep a shipping file, and then we keep the class registration file where we log payments. It's too much to keep in one big spreadsheet. It would be way too much. So she grabbed all the names that she had off of the class registration, which wasn't absolutely everybody. And their emails weren't necessarily on there. So anyways, long story short, I followed up when I realized where she grabbed her list from. I think around maybe 1 o'clock, I sent a link out to everybody and she was in the last card. So I tried to catch people for her last card, but then her paper pumpkin class went over, I don't know, by a half hour. And so I couldn't do ink, paper, scissors this afternoon because I had an appointment at 3 o'clock. So I'm going to reschedule ink, paper, scissors to tomorrow morning. I canceled my stuff. I had some appointments tomorrow morning. I canceled them. And then I'm planning to do the ink, paper, scissors tomorrow morning at 10 with my frog. So you guys are going to meet. You're going to be with me with my frog because it's a morning class. That's how morning classes roll. So I just recently updated the YouTube timing to show 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Up until maybe 15 minutes ago, it still showed that it was supposed to be this afternoon at 1. So I figured that out around 5 o'clock, that it's going to be tomorrow. So you guys can watch for that tomorrow. If you can't make it, it's okay. You can always catch the replay. I do have the tutorial done for ink, paper, scissors. It was emailed to me this morning. Karen proofread it this morning. And I will email out ink, paper, scissors before I go to bed tonight. And Jolene promised me the Sweet Bundle class would be emailed to me for proofreading before I go to bed tonight. So that she was going to send it to me. So we haven't sent the tutorial out for this class yet. If anybody's looking for it, it hasn't been sent out. As soon as it is ready, we will send it. And my goal will be to send that tomorrow before the end of the day. So everything came to a head, like I don't want to say nasty pimple, but because it's not nasty, but with our event last week and Kelly's extra 3 classes that she's helping with and having extra in person, we bit off more than we could chew, I guess you could say. And so everything kind of came together today and overlapped too much. And so I just knew I needed to be live for this class on time. So, or late, whichever, we're still here. So we've got this one. So you guys are always easy peasy lemon squeezy. So we appreciate your patience. We always get caught up. And I know Kelly's working feverishly hard. She was trying to design with me on Tuesday morning the April Paper Pumpkin alternative classes, the class cards, and we got them to a point, and then I had to leave to work on shipping, and so she's buttoning up everything yet for them, and then on Tuesday night she decided, or maybe it was Monday night, she decided she does want to do a Winnie the Pooh class for next month. So she's got those cards done, except for they don't have gems. So she's working feverishly hard to get them to me before the showcase tomorrow so I can show them off. So, yeah, so you guys, I was trying to tell, so I had a lymphatic massage today. A lymphatic massage is one where they, because I have a stuffy nose, right? And I've had it since, you guys are going to remember this date. It's December 9th, because I won't forget it. I woke up that morning with a stuffy nose and it hasn't gone away. So they figured if I try to do some work on getting all the skin to release the toxins in it and help push whatever's in my nose out, maybe that would work. So I tried that today. So yeah, that's what lots of stuff, you guys. All the stuff that we're trying to make happen. So thank you, girls.
I'm just gonna set them over here.
Okay. So all of that was happening with the classes and my appointments. And then on top of it, we had Sharon was here and Gloria was here helping, and Rhonda popped in to help. And we, on top of all the things that I just talked to you guys, we still got the Sweet Bundle class kitted for June today. And we got ink, paper, scissors for June kitted today. And we got one card from Let's Just Stamp kitted today. So, yeah. Yep. So it was a little bit of an overwhelming kind of a day for Kelly and for me all together. But I'm not going to pass that on to you. I'm just telling you about how my day went. So it's all good. Always good. And the cats won't be out here. They're sad face. Tyler's in the process of putting some shelves up for me. And he doesn't want to buy the cheapo, not so good ones from Menards. He wants real wood stained espresso to match everything here that is under the roof, right? So he's in the process of putting the clear coat on 2 shelves, and so the cats can't come in through the garage because the garage door is cracked, so that we're not breathing in all the varnish or whatever you want to call it. So the cats are trying to get in here, and they're not happy because they're stuck in the mudroom in the house, and just all the things. So I'm lucky that Tyler didn't ask me to bake bread today. Annette, he was going to ask you to bake bread today. Did you know that? No, he's got 2 loaves prepped in the refrigerator that are ready to go. And I'm like, Tyler, I will break down if I have to bake bread for you. I will not make it through the day. And I'm like, you can call Annette if you want. I'm like, put it in the refrigerator. It'll be fine. I mean, he's lucky I made him the babies last night. I remembered to make babies after class. So I'm like, it's one more thing. We'll see you in the morning.
Okay.
Bye. After like 9-ish would be fine. Yeah. So yeah, baking 2 loaves of sourdough for Tyler would have broke me today. I was like a chicken with my head cut off more than normal today. So that's how it goes, you guys. That's life, right? You punt when you need to. So we are flexible, and not physically, not me. What'd you forget? Your lunchbox. Oh, you went to the bathroom. Well, thanks for your help, Sharon. Are you out of here, or am I going to see you before you head back to Texas?
Oh no, I'm still have a couple of weeks.
You got a couple weeks. Okay. Well, if you want back for more fun, let me know. Sharon was here all day, you guys. Oh my goodness. Oh, I don't know if that's a glutton for punishment or what, but yeah, I take all the help I can get when it comes to kidding. All hands on deck. So, but we're gonna take a deep breath and everything's gonna be good. We're making the Waterside Retreat Sweet Bundle cards with you tonight. If you got this, I have my book in front of me. I'll do roll call here momentarily, and we'll make 4 amazing cards, and it'll be good. Life will be good. So, I see that Susan Bellamy is here with us, and Sherry Ott, and Shirley Natali. Hello, Mary Lemke. And there's Donna Rose. Hi, Nancy Mole and Debbie Gass. Hi, Connie Moore. And there is Deanne Dawn from cool Minnesota. We had a cool day today, too. You saw the girls grabbing their jackets today. So they definitely needed them out there today. Hi, Patty Wright. And finally catching alive. Wonderful. Hi, Sarah Mitchell. Jean Terwilliger is here. Hi, Shirley Natali. I think I said Shirley twice there. You guys... Maybe I did. Oh, yes. You got 2 highs, Shirley. All of a sudden, it felt like deja vu in my head. Hi, Kari Dwyer. Hello, Fake Ivy. Hi, Feline. And there's Lisa from Australia. Very cool. And Donna Grushki's with us. Hi, Laura Sullivan. Hi, Randy. A gong show is chaotic, disorganized disaster or event that has completely spiraled out of control. Oh my gosh. Thank you for that definition because that is how today felt. Oh, a gong show. Okay. It is, but we weren't disorganized and it wasn't a disaster, but it felt like everything was spiraling out of control today. That is how today felt. It did feel that way. Yeah. Yeah, so poor Kelly, you guys. I don't know. Hi, Becky Gandolfo. Hi, Doris Munson. Hi, Denise Cooper. And yeah, so I got back from my appointment at noon or like noon 15, something like that. And I think Kelly finished that class around 1:30. And the girls are in here trying to be really quiet. Well, they're kidding. Like, that's great. But at 1:25, people started showing up for the in-person class, which was great. We had 6 people here for in-person. Kelly would have normally been here to start that class at 10, but on the last Thursday or the third Thursday of the month is food pantry, and Kelly gets food from the food pantry on that third Thursday of the morning, and the food pantry doesn't open up until 10 a.m. and it's in Johnsburg, where she lives. And so she said, Chris, is it okay if we start the class at 10:30? And I said, I think that's fine. I figured 10:30 to 1, she'd be done with class. That's 2.5 hours. We pushed the in-person to 1:30. Like already 2 weeks ago, we pushed the in-person to 1:30. And I thought that would be a good buffer. And then I don't think I thought she definitely would be done by 1 so I could do my class. But she went to 1:30, she was just buttoning up. So she rolled out of this seat and over to there and started working with 6 people. And she went through everything. And then she goes, and you guys, I have to go pee. I need to leave you guys. And I just got to leave. And she, poor girl, like she was starving. By the time she got through with everybody, like she didn't even get lunch until about 4 o'clock. So, oh yeah. So we had we didn't have disorganization. We just had organized chaos is what we had. We had organized chaos. So, but that's all right. We're all good now. There was a game show called the Gong Show. Maybe it was Canadian. Oh, the box. Yeah, Donna Rose, the boxes are gone. Oh my gosh. They are gone. I did a class yesterday. Oh yeah, so that yesterday. Then Share, Create, Inspire was supposed to be at 2 o'clock yesterday. I pushed it to 6 because I had Diane Bogenhagen to help me design 3 cards for the monthly class to get those done. So yeah, it's just this whole week has been just in a cutter. It's not organized like I normally am organized. Like I'm not always on time. You guys know that about me. I might be 5 to 10 minutes late, but that's just the story of, I've been like that on my entire life. They call that BST in my family. It's called Bertram Standard Time. And I thought I was over it until recently, like maybe in the last year. I thought I was pretty good. Maybe it was only like 2 minutes, but now like it's been 13 and 15 minutes. So I do apologize for that. I don't know. Things always come up. People call at the last minute, and I feel obligated to answer the phone, even if it's at 5:55 to take a phone call, because it's so much easier to not have to call somebody back. So, all right, you guys, that's enough of my jibber jabber. So, take a deep breath. So we're going to work today with the Waterside Retreat. So these DSP samplers are amazing. It's an American show. Okay. So I, with the help of my team, we make these. And we print the sheets here. We've cut the cardstock swatches. We cut these little DSP swatches, and we bag them up, and they're an amazing reference tool for anybody that is an avid Stampin' Up! Customer or demonstrator. And what this one is the May to August catalog, and it includes the online exclusives that launched in March as well as, so like this was a March one. So it includes March and May online exclusives as well. And in here, there's one called, so we're going to do ink, paper, scissors tomorrow, you guys. That's the Scenic Coast IPS. It is, if you're just joining recently, it's going to be tomorrow at 10 a.m. I canceled my appointments that I have tomorrow morning, and I'm going to do the class instead. And the Valley and Bloom, Cilio Bear, and then we get here to Waterside Retreat. Waterside Retreat is the sweet bundle class that we're going to do tonight. I've got 4 cards. I got 4 cards that we're going to make together. They're these 3 that are the Aranadoc chair. All right, somebody's got to say it. Aranadoc chair. Arondadoc chair. Aranadoc chair. The Adirondack chair. Okay, that's 4 times I've tried. I need to hear somebody say it in person, then I can know how to say it. It's like the Aurelius, all right? Those are some words that are sometimes hard for me to say. My tongue doesn't know how to like spit them out. So we're gonna make these momentarily, and we used in the design of these some of like this blue DSP got used here. We used the wood grain one. I used on this one the plaid, and then here's the green one. And we didn't use this blue one. It's going to get saved for a different class. And then we didn't use this one. That will get used somewhere else in a different class. But the paper is amazing. We really ate this up with the Stampin' Fun in the Sun. This was probably the most featured pack of Designer Series paper. I still have the Stampin' Fun in the Sun available. And with that, you can make the explosion box. You get a pair, this neck fan, which says crafting. Now 100% cooler. That was the attendance gift that we gave everybody. But the samplers, what I wanted to point out is we made this sampler using one of these pieces of paper, which is really, so I got this little quadrant of it, or a little section of it, but there's these really cool scenes, and I have 3 bonus cards that we did as well that I can share with you. I'll grab them really quick. We did, because that paper was so pretty, we did 3 bonus cards with the sampler for the class. And so that piece right here is what's in my Designer Series paper sampler. But of that same sheet, there was an ice cream shop, and there was the canoodles in the bay here. And so this was a mini class. And then another one that got featured was some more of the paper with the life jacket and a fish here, and then the paddles. This one was a money card from the money class. So when it opens up, it's like that, and you can stick a gift card in there. So hi, Jean Shoot, coming in late. And this, you guys, I'm doing all of these just to let you know, this is the class. It's 4 classes I'm doing on Monday, Memorial Day. I will be doing all 4 of those mini classes to anybody who registered or does register for the event. They're going to be unlisted so that those people who registered have the links. They'll be able to watch it along with me. Adirondack. Okay. Adirondack. Adirondack chair. Okay, see, I needed to see that. Adirondack. Adirondack. So it's nice to see it spelled out like that. Adirondack. That has always been a hard one. And some of these acts deserve the gong. Yeah. All right. So, again, the DSP sampler is available. I also have the class for tonight is still available too if anybody would still like to get registered for it. We have plenty of them available. I will do roll call here with everybody. Anybody who registered for the class with me that got kits, I just want to say thank you. Either you paid for it because it was a fee-based class, or you could have ordered $60 in product to get the class for free. And the other option was people who got my product shares this month could pick this class. If you got a 6x6 product share with me, I gave away a free class, and this was one of the classes that was offered for free. So some people got it free with their product share. And then what else? And there are some available. So let's just do the roll call here. Thank you to everybody. I appreciate your support. It means the world to me that you guys support me by getting my kitted classes. I try to make it as easy as possible for you guys to make beautiful projects and cards. And so that's exactly what we did with this one. Everything is pretty much die cut for you. There are a few things that need to get stamped for sentiments. And then there are some sky rats, AKA pigeons. Seagulls, not pigeons, seagulls. Seagulls, aka sky rats, that are stamped and then either die cut or fussy cut. So it's a pretty easy, like in terms of you don't need to have a lot of supplies for this one. So I have my whole bucket here and I can share with you everything I got. So, all right, without further ado, the first person on the list is Miss Karen Wetstein. And then we have Annette Rollin, Cindy Ettringer, Frances Rodriguez, Mary Hodges, Sheila Roberts, Susan Wormley, Angelique Schaefer, Barbara Rudolph, Leslie McMinn, Bridget Rowe, Kathy Crumpton, Christina Bernards, Debbie Gass, Debbie Stone, Donna Grushke, Donna Rose, Doris Munson, Anne Faye Godby, Janine Fallant. So Janine, this might be the first time I've ever had to say your name out loud. And I welcome you to your first class with me, I think. That would be my guess. Linda Hodge. Jean Shute, Jean Terwilliger, Judy Dean and Judy Sharp, Julie Bontranger, Karen Woods, Kathy Showalter, Kelly Gibson, Laura Sullivan, Laura Lee Cosgrove, Linda Scott, Pat Shee Bischoff, Feline Mays, Sherry Everett, Stacy Tan, Sue Esworthy, Susan Bellamy, Susan Devine, Susie Fentlater, Trisha Fagley, Sandy Coy Emery, Becky Gandolfo, Judy King. And Judy, it's been a little while. I think I know I had your address in my shipping, in my pirate ship, but you haven't gotten a class in a while, so I appreciate you taking this class with us. Mary Lemke, Vicky Rodriguez, Margene Eskelson, and last on my list is Shirley Natali. Now, I may have missed some people that have, I do have about 5 people that I need to get back to about their registrations, and it's very possible that they registered for this class and I haven't logged it yet, but I show 2, 4, 6. I have 7 open spots, so I'm not worried that I missed getting them kits per se, because I can still pull them. But if I missed anybody that thinks that they signed up for class, just reach out to me right away. I know off the top of my head, I know I have Lila Erickson and Nina Barbaric, and I think I know for certain those 2 gals, and then there's one more that I need to look and see what they all wanted. So otherwise, you guys always just reach out to me if you need anything. If something's off, you're going through your box and you're not seeing something. We really did print off a packing list for everybody that had a package. And by I mean a packing list, I mean a listing of all the classes that you signed up for with me. And if you got a box, it got taped to the inside lid of a box. So as you open up your box, you're going to see it. And if you got a package from me, we tried to sneak it in between something so that when you pull it out of the package, it doesn't get stuck inside the package. So hopefully by you guys getting those lists, we started that about 3 or 4 months ago. If you are enjoying those, that's great. I hope that it helps you know what you ordered from me, because sometimes some people have long lists of everything that they get, and when you start opening the box, it's great to have a list that you can check off, right? So yeah, good stuff. Hello, Sherry Stewart, and Donna says, love all your kits and classes. Thanks, Donna Rose. I was afraid I hadn't ordered this kit. Happy day. Jean, shoot. I was afraid. So Jean, I did say your name. Haha. I was like, I thought I said your name, but I need to double check. So yes, you get this one, Jean. You got it. So you're good to go. And I know, like Laura Sullivan, your kits are being held until June for mailing. And there are some people that have their boxes here. I got so for the Stampin' Up! On the Sun, that frame that I showed you, I originally had only 44 people that wanted one. And when I went to order, I ordered 53, thinking 9 was enough. And then I ended up ordering 8 more, and those 8 arrived today. So I did have to hold back a few boxes until the frames arrived. But now they arrived. I will get those boxes out to people tomorrow. So yeah, gonna get caught up on that. So, whew, good stuff, you guys. You know, I leave on Tuesday for the trip, and I'm spending, since we're going to Seattle to leave for the cruise, we decided to take 5 extra days. If we're going to be flying and leaving the house, and it's a lot of work to leave. I don't know how my parents ever did it. I grew up on a dairy farm. They milked and had 50 cows that they milked, and oversaw about 500 acres of land. And my parents were up doing chores at 5:30 every morning, and they were doing chores at 6 o'clock every night, like milking the cows, doing the chores, and we all helped out too. So we were part of that. But they had a hard time ever leaving because there's so much work to get everything prepped and staged before you leave. And then you leave, and then you worry that something's going to go wrong. Something always happened while they were away. Somebody would always come and help and do the milking. There was the neighbor down the road. But that's how I kind of feel like I'm living, like reliving what they went through. Like, everything still needs to get done. And even though we're leaving for, let's say, it's like 10 days we're leaving, everything still needs to get done in that 10 days. I may not be doing classes, and I may not be sending PDF tutorials, but that doesn't mean I have less classes or less work to do. It just is all getting pushed now or getting done later, but primarily everything's getting done now. So we wouldn't normally be getting classes for June on May 22nd. May 21st today, having, let's say, 2.5 classes kitted. that would be done the first week of June, but it's all getting done. That my girls wanted to do it now before I leave versus while I was away, because they want me to be here while they're doing it, which is great. That's fine. But it's a push, you guys. It really, it's like, wow, it's a lot of work to go on vacation. I will tell you that. It's not like just pack up your bags and go. The bags usually get packed 2 hours before we leave. So, I wish Stampin' Up would include all. So it's very funny, Donna Grushke, that you said that, because that's exactly what I thought when I said it out loud, that I include a packing list. And in my head I said, I wish Stampin' Up would put a packing list back in their box. That I would pay $0.25 per page as long as it had stuff on it. I wouldn't want to pay for a packing list that had like one item on it. But I would pay up to 50 cents more for a packing list to have it in my box. Give me the piece of paper so I can check it off when I open the box, because I don't print off the packing list when they send them to me. I don't have time to print them off and match them up. So I would pay 50 cents more. If it's like a big order that's like 5 pages, I would pay 75 cents. Like $0.25 a page is what I would pay. But yeah, I do appreciate that comment, because I was thinking the exact same thing. Yes, I would pay for that packing list. Hi, Sue Deppis. Donna says, hope you have a wonderful trip and get a little rest. Yeah, that is the goal. That is the goal, is to definitely to unwind. And I gotta tell you guys, I will still think about you, and I will still be like staying in the loop, but I will be taking time not to So you guys, my medical massage. So I've been having a medical massage now for probably 1.5 years, because I broke my foot 2 years ago. And so she's been really working on me. I don't generally have issues with my arm, right? Well, I have issues with my arm because for 8 hours I cut designer series paper for everybody that was here. I spoon fed everybody on Sunday by cutting their designer paper. She worked on my arm from here down to here, and she's like, what did you do to your arm, and why are all your muscles feeling the way that they're feeling? She's like, not good. So I was due for what she did to help loosen up everything in my arm, and it feels so much better and not tight and just all good. So yes, my goal is to relax and not be a chicken with my head cut off. So this is primarily what I pulled for stuff for class tonight. I have a petal pink ink pad. We have a blueberry. We have a balmy blue. We have a peacock and a old olive and the peaceful pine. I've got a couple blending brushes that are going to be needed. One with pool party, one with balmy. Oh, I also have pool party here. I knew that it was somewhere. So we got those ink colors. And the 3 blending brushes. Now, the one thing that's missing from here that got taken out of my bucket is the crumb cake ink. So let me grab that. So, not there. Okay. If I were a crumb cake ink, where would I be? So, and it was just here because we had class in person on 2 nights ago. Last night, actually, because today's only, well, ding dong. Tonight's only Thursday, so I had class yesterday. So, did I have it out here? No, crumb cake is not here. So, we do need these markers for coloring stuff. We need a dauber here for blending. It looks like I'm missing a dauber as well. Okay, so some stamps. Let's bring these out. I could have sworn the crumb cake ink was in here, but we will find it. Little baby Jesus lost and found. Please bring the crumb cake ink around. And I'll go look for it one more time. So these are the stamps that we're going to use. It's called Relaxing Waterside. And a bunch of these got used along with the dies. And so, great set. I think this is like one of the hottest things that is going on right now out of the new catalog. So you guys, the golden ticket is here. It says Waterside Retreat. Today's date is the 21st. And I'm going to look one more time for the crumb cake. But you're going to need a sanding block. You guys, does this look familiar to anybody? It actually says Stampin' Up on here. I've had this sanding block for probably 15 to 20 years. Did Vanna White take it to the attic hive? Maybe. I don't want to print them off. I feel it should be on them. I agree, Donna. I definitely agree. Okay, give me one more second. I'm going to look one more time in this craftermath of a room to see if I can find crumb cake ink floating around somewhere. Yes. All right. Thank you. I found it. Thank you, baby Jesus. All right. That is an Elaine Rebeck thing. Elaine Rebeck taught me that. It works. Look at that. I found it. All right. So there's that. The cards back here. So I do like to give credit where credit is due. You guys, I am not a professional, and I don't claim to be a professional. I just, I like to design and make pretty cards. And I I don't come up with a lot of stuff on my own. I am not one that creates new folds. I don't create lots of new movement cards. I just know what I like, and I like to make pretty cards. And then I like to share them with you and kit them up so you guys can also make pretty cards. But I don't come up with all these. I don't sit and take 3 hours or 5 hours to design cards on my own. So I get inspiration from other people, including you guys. You send me cards in the mail. I also participate in swaps. And so I get cards and I like to recreate them using my own flair on them and using current products. Okay. So I want to show you where we got the inspiration for the cards for class tonight. You still have your sample. You do. Yes. Yes. It's an oldie, but it's a goodie. It's like a buffing block here on one side. Like you could buff your nails on that side, and then that would make them really shiny, and then it was sandy on the other side. So hi, Joy Moody. Okay, so giving credit where credit is due. I like to share with that. So these are the 4 cards that we came up with for this class. And if I have to think about this, Diane Bogenhagen was the one who helped me design these cards. So I love designing with somebody. It just makes my life so much more enjoyable when it comes to the design process. So I do have 4 cards here that we went and we pulled randomly from boxes that we thought, oh, these will be really great. So this one, you guys might remember this stamp set. It was from probably 3 years ago. And at this moment, like, I don't even know whose it was, but it was a swap card. And I save it because it's a really classic kind of a layout. Absolutely love the layout. And if you look at the card that we made off of it, it was this guy. Right? You would never know if you had these up on a board together, you wouldn't be like, oh, she used that card to make that card. But until you look at it really close, you can see we have a mat that matches. And then there's an arm, a strip through the middle, which we did. And there's a piece of designer paper going up and down. And then you have the center area here, but then we made it into a diamond. And so that's the card that we cased. And I honestly, at this moment, I don't know whose it was because the sticker or the business card, or I just know it was a swap card from maybe 4 years ago. All right, so that's where that one got the inspiration idea. This guy right here was another swap card that I got along the way. Not sure when or where, but it's probably 4 years ago and I don't know, maybe I was going through a box of cards and I came across this and I thought, oh, this would be a great one to case. So this is the card that we cased. And so it's got this front area that you can have a scene. And then it's got some DSP at the top, which there's DSP back here. And then we ended up with some cardstock on the bottom, just like is over here. And just added a ribbon a little different. But this is the card we looked at. And then that's the card we came up with for you guys. And then this guy right here, he was in a box that I came across. And I thought, oh, all right, I can work with that, right? So then this card was created. This one has this strip of designer paper on the side. So we did the water like that. And then we put a chair with the beach on this one. And so that's the card that we looked at. And again, if you saw these two on the board next to each other, you might not ever think, oh, she used that card to create that card. But that's where the inspiration started. And then lastly was this guy right here. And we had this card. And again, another one that was a swap card. I think I had a box of swap cards that I came across from maybe this was... This set it was a double set. It was from the spring catalog of 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, and it had flowers and words. It was the year after the Poppy set. I can't remember. I'm drawing a blank. Moments, something with moments, special moments maybe, or something with moments. And so that card we looked at, and we got this guy, right? We couldn't have another Adirondack chair. Because my die cutters would have hated me even more because they already had to do 3. So we loved the chair off of this card and we opted for a sky rat. So yeah, just to show you that's what we saw and this is what we came up with. So same but different, right? So that's where you guys, if you ever have the opportunity to participate in a swap, I'd take it, especially if you're new to swapping and you've never done it before. Just figure out what all the rules are and just go through the rules. Make sure you're following them, using the right products and the right quantities and how many layers you need to have, all that stuff. And then you come back with a whole bunch of different cards. Like back here, those are all my retro swap cards back there. Yeah. So, oh yeah, always good stuff, you guys. Okay, so now that you guys can see where I got ideas from, or I should say we got ideas from, and Sherry says she has the other old white sand with the remover pads. Julie Black is here catching me live. Nice. Okay, so what are we going to do first? Let's open up the kit here. So I have some special notes on mine. Apparently when mine got kitted up, I always get, I guess you could say, the shaft. I get the pieces that are either not good or bad, and then they say, you can work with it, show people how to work with it. So that's what I get. So if you look at this, you get there's 2 whites, a vanilla, and a white. And so just knowing off the top of my head here, the vanilla one would be this one. So I know that we're not going to make this, but I'm going to start, and I'll do these in order of how they're kitted, which I don't know if there was any rhyme or reason to the kitting, but this is the blue one. So let's start with this one. And we'll pull that out of here. Make sure the envelope is empty, and we'll move that. So when you guys get all your bits and parts, when you open this up, you're going to have a chair back, I guess, is right here on the top. I've got a shell and shells. So the shells here, there's going to, some of you, the die is from Rolling Waves. There's a really long die that has 7 different shells. And what we did is we cut out a set and divided it up to 2. So you either got 2 starfish. You either got 2 starfish in a shell, or you got a starfish, a shell, and a conch. Right? So you got 3 to work with. Right? And what we did is we colored some petal pink to make them look pearly. And then in here you'll have some of these, like the little gems. They're like holographic, and they look really great. It makes it look like there's little like pebbles on the beach. So that's why we used that one. And then we've got the Gentle Waves embossing folder. I think it's Gentle Waves. That's what I think. Okay, that sounds right. And then this little part of the chair, the beach chair here, it actually comes from this section right here. And it pops out, and apparently you're supposed to glue it right here. Right? So yeah, that was news to me in the very beginning. And so anybody who got their frame, the Stampin' Up! From the Sun, we did not save this piece. I didn't know that. And then the die cutter, Marianne, didn't know that, so I didn't tell her to save it. So this little piece got tossed. And so we figured it out for kitting for this class. And so that's how you're going to have to put your chair together, right? So that is in Crumb Cake. And then we also have here, hi, Anne. Oh, hoping my day is going well. Well, we just discovered it's like a gong show today, but like an organized, chaotic gong show is the day that we had. But we're all good. So I have a sentiment strip. We have a little accent strip for some beach. You've got a little circle punch for your sun. You've got some armchair things here. So there should be one that goes on one side, and then there's another one that goes on the other side. And again, like you hardly even notice that they're there, but they were part of the die cut set, so we gave them to everybody. So I want to make sure my waves are going the correct way, which are up like that. So that's a piece of designer paper in your kit. This is your piece for the front focal image, and then you have a white piece for the inside, and then you have a little bit of linen thread, maybe 8 inches. Hi, Danielle Brown. So first thing we're going to do is burnish on the card base here. And you guys are going to have to do a little bit of an arm workout. So there's blending on 3 of the cards tonight, and there is a little bit of an arm workout in front of you. Okay, so let's grab this first, and we're going to need the Balmy Blue ink here, and so I keep my blending brushes kind of set up with, this one's always Balmy Blue. I don't really clean out my blending brushes. I just keep them inked up like this. The only time they really get cleaned out is if somebody comes and does class and doesn't realize that I don't clean them out, then they sometimes wash them out. But let's zooms in here. So Balmy Blue is probably the hardest color to get color on white with, but it works. I'm trying to go in light little circles, working my way from off the page onto the page. Trying not to get swooshes, like streaks, I guess. Or somebody would say bruising. We're trying not to get any bruises. And I noticed that there's like a line going right there, but I think I'm okay because my son is generally going to go there and cover that up. So the thing with blending is you can always add ink, but you can't take it away. So you have to determine how dark you want it. And one of the things that naturally happens too is as you're always working onto the page, the darkness kind of goes around the edge, which I like that. I can live with that. Well, I got a little dark on the side there, but that's okay. Every one of these is going to turn out a little bit different for everybody. So if you make more of them, it's going to look different again. But you can see here the edge got a little dark. If that happens, you can make the other side kind of be equal. And I don't want to go down too far because I want to make sure that I leave a little bit of white at the bottom to put my sand down there. You don't want blue sand. I mean, you could. It wouldn't look natural though. So that's what I've got so far. And I think what I'm going to do is go right back here. All right, so that's what I got for the Balmy Blue. Then, set that off to the side. We'll need it later, I think. We'll grab Crumb Cake now. And I've got a blending brush set up in Crumb Cake. Now, there's two different sizes of blending brushes. There are two here. There's a big one and a small one. I don't know why I use one versus the other. To me, they work pretty interchangeably. So I just happened to have one that was small, that was clean, and so I used that for Crumb Cake. Now I'm going to grab a second sheet of paper here because if I'm blending, I might pick up some blue and put that into my brush. So I'm going to be very careful to switch out my paper here. And so now we're going to get some Crumb Cake sand going on. Something like that, right? Kind of looks good. You have to be careful because the part where they meet in the middle, it sometimes turns to a different color. So you want to be careful with that. But I think something like that is good. Now, on this one, it looks like I went up a little higher with the sand. So I might just try to finagle a little bit higher without making it turn green because I feel like it might turn green if I go, but like that. So I went up just a little bit higher because I can see on here. Went just a little higher. All right. We're good on the Crumb Cake. The cakes, oh, no, we're not. So one more thing here. So there's this little strip here. And what we did is we stamped sand on that. So I've got from the Help Me Grow stamp set, there's some sand. And I'm going to stamp off and then go on to this Crumb Cake piece. And throw it all around. Like that. And it's very faint, so you really can't see it till you look at it closely, but I've got some sand there now. The inside has some sand and the shells. So as long as I've got this guy open, and I've got my white piece here, I'm going to stamp some of the, it's actually dirt, and it's from the Help Me Grow set, but it kind of looks like sand. And so there's a little bit of Crumb Cake. And Petal Pink is what we use to stamp the shells. And those shells come from the set called Rolling Waves. And there's a shell that's smaller and bigger. We're going to stamp them right there. And then there's a conch shell that fits right in between them. So that's what I got in the bottom corner. Okay, then on this one we have Happy Father's Day and Today Is Your Day. So I like the Today Is Your Day, and we've got that in Blueberry Bushel. So you can grab that. And there's Happy Father's Day. here's today is your day. So on that little white piece here, what you can do, I'm going to stamp it closer to the left. That looks good. And grab your scissors, and then I angled the right side here like that. So that's staged and ready to go. And then on the inside, we've got Happy Father's Day, but I'm going to use this. It says, have a great birthday. That's what I want to stamp on the inside. Just make it a birthday card. Like that. Have a great birthday. Happy birthday. And we're close. There's a flying sky rat in gray granite on the piece here. So what we might, we're going to just put it down there. That is one ink color that's sitting over here yet. I saw it. Where did I see it? Yes. Okay. So gray granite is what we used for our seagull. And just know that the sun's going to go right about there, and our Adirondack chair is right about here. So you've done such a great job blending, you don't want to mess this up. If you do, you just got to flip it over and redo it. So I'm going to ink this up, and I'm just going to stamp my bird flying through the air with the greatest of ease. Right there. Yay. Okay. I think we did it. So what can we glue together? With this chair, you can put a little bit of liquid glue right behind. There's like a tab right there. And I'm going to put that right there and center that behind the chair. All right, so that's first. Then you've got the little wood grain piece here. So when you use liquid glue on stuff that has holes like this, sometimes the glue will ooze through if you have way too much. So what you could do is you could take a 1/4 inch tear and tape and cut it in half, or if your friends are amazing and they give you a pillow gift that is in the form of 1/8 inch tear and tape, that works great too. So by doing this, you're not going to have any adhesive that oozes out of the card. All right, so there, the tape. That comes off. It goes right on the front here. Don't ask me why they just didn't have the die cut or make that pattern there. I honestly don't ask. I have no idea. But it could have, and yeah, all good. So we're going to put a little bit of liquid glue there, like that. And I have it lined up so that the edge of the circle meets the corner of the card. And then what you can do is take your scissors and nip off the back. So flip it over, and you can use the white piece as a guide. And you can just cut that off. And now you've got your sun up in the corner. Okay, so far so good. Back to this guy. So these things are flippy floppy. So you can't really just run liquid glue across it because it'll be poking out. So on this, what I'm going to do, here's what I would do. Let's draw a little line. Let's draw a little line so we don't put glue too high. We're going to put our glue in between this area right here. Right? So now we can flip this back. And I don't have to guess where I'm going to put these little dots of glue. All right. And then when that secures, that's perfect. Okay, now that's glued together. And I will be popping up the chair. So let's see here. I have some dimensionals. Not many, apparently, but just enough here. Let's cut a couple little strips here. And we're going to pop this chair up. That's the plan. So let's put this guy right there. And then it's a great way to use up some little dimensional pieces. And so this one should hopefully be skinny enough to fit right there. I don't think you have to do everything. If you get a bunch on here, so I was going to do one more probably, but I think I've exhausted. Oh, look at this. I've got these from a kit, so that will work nice. There was one of the kits that's offered. They're 1/8 inch strips, so that will be perfect right there. Okay, I'm not going to worry about the bottom where the chair is going to be in the sand. We're going to let that be. That was good. Let's pick these off. So we've got the chair in the sand. I got my toes in the sand. Oh, not a worry in the world. A little Zach Brown band. All right. I'm going to put that here. I'm not going to press down hard in case I want to pull it off and rearrange it. So we can glue a couple things down. Let's get glue happy. We're waiting on these guys. I don't want to lose them, but let's zoom back out here. So we've got this one can get glued. That one. And that one. Let's see what we can get adhered to the card. So blueberry with the balmy. It's very nautical. And we've got our inside. So these are perfectly timed because for here in the States we have Father's Day next month. And these would make great Father's Day cards if anybody needed Father's Day cards. I've got a little bit of a blue border on the left here. And this designer paper is 5.5 inches tall. It was made to go top to bottom. So you have it flush here at the top. And then what you're going to do is, oh dear. Oh dear. Oh my goodness. You guys, that's the second time in a row that he's called me unalive, you guys. All right. At least he's thinking of me, right? All right. So let's trim this a little bit off here. It's just a hair long, but that's okay. I'd rather have a hair long than short. And made sure my waves are going the right way. Then this little guy. I popped this up with dimensionals, so these are going to be perfect. We can use these. So when you guys get paper pumpkins or kits from Stampin' Up, they come with different types of adhesive, and sometimes they come with these strips like this, and they're awesome. They work just as well as the individually, like the hexagon shape ones. All right, so then this will go on to the front. I have it a little bit more to the right so that you can see the designer paper on this side, and then centered. Pretty certain it's centered top to bottom. But since I know we're going to be putting that sand along the bottom, this guy, I'm just going to set it there for now and see if that should work. I'm going to actually bring it up just a hair. It's going to be really just a hair. So like that, because then when I put this here, the chair legs go right behind it. And then I think that will be good. Okay, so let's put little dots of glue right on our chairs here for the arms. One can go there, and then the other can go. Nancy, that wasn't you calling. I know, that was Dear calling. I bet she was calling to ask me to bake the bread. Hi, Elaine Pranio, finally catching me live. Yay. Okay, so we got those. And the thing that you could Stella, I would definitely, let's Stella that sun. Have a glistening in the sky sun. Perfect. Okay, for our ribbon, I would take your Terran tape, the 1/4 inch, and have one weighting in the wings, and then like this, one on the back. I have it so you can't see the tails. I have a loop, a tail, and a tail. No, a loop, a loop, a loop, and a loop. Haha, words are hard. So I'm going to start by capturing the tail on my Terran tape. And I'm going to make a loop. Okay, so there's one. And then I'm going to bring it back down here slightly at an angle and make another loop. And then I'm going to bring it back and make a loop like that. And then I should have enough to bring this tail back around and make the other loop. So I've got 4 loops like that. And I try to make them so they're not identical. I really do. I like to have some differentiation, but so when you put it on here, I've got it so that it's slightly to the left of the chair, and you want to make sure that you're not going off the edge of your paper here. So before you put, oops, I just pulled it off. So let's try that again. I wanted to rearrange that one just ever so slightly, like that. So then you have the tape that needs to go back to hold that. Okay, so that's good. And what I've got is it's popped up. So I'm going to grab this long one and run that across the whole bottom. If you have your dimensionals, you could just cut a side strip. Right, so then this is going to go like this. So that dimensional will catch the flat edge of our mat, and then this is popped up. Right, so that's good. But then on the top here, we want to run some Terran tape. So I've got some right here already. So let's just pick that off. And then we'll put some right here. And then the part that overhangs over here, that is going to require some dimensional. So let's just take this and put it right there. That can get picked off. Oh, and it stuck to my finger. Let's put you back. So it's over the top of the blueberry here. It slightly covers up the chair legs, and it comes a little bit to the left of this edge here. So you've got a little staggered going on. Okay. Then our little saying here is going to get glued right on here. And you can see a little of the crumb cake there. So we're going to put a little liquid glue here. That goes, I've got it flush with the top of the crumb cake sand there. So we've got this going on. All right, we're not done with coloring, apparently. I forgot this. So I've got a dauber that's been hanging out in this bag. And this one is petal pink. Okay, so the petal pink one is for the shell and the conch. And so what we're doing is we're adding a little bit of, because they have this little pinkiness to them, right? When I see them on the beach, I feel like they have like a slight pink glow to them. So we're going to do that little shell and the conch here. Again, you might have 2 starfish and a shell. All right, so those are the pink ones. Now, there's a crumb cake one. Let's put you in there. The crumb cake, let me get the dauber. Well, we have a little cross-contamination. My white brush ended up with pink on it. Okay. Well, I've got the crumb cake dauber. I found that. And the crumb cake ink must be right there. So for this guy, we're just going to take and set that and make him brown or crumb cake. Wonderful. So now we've got those guys going on. And back to this. We've got 3 little gems. I'll save you for later in life. Right? Waste not, want not. Then the shells. I've got this guy hanging out over here. So this one's even bigger than that one, but I think it'll still look okay on here like that. We'll cover that a little bit. The little starfish looks cool on the corner, and then we'll figure out where we're going to put the gems. So I'm going to flip these all over, and you know what we're going to do? We're going to use glue dots because there's a lot of little holes on these things. So grab a glue dot for each one of them. I'll put him right about there, like that. There. Okay. We got those on. Then we just need our shells. Our shells. Our gemsies. So you either have too big and a small or too small and a big. And we tried to make it look like they're little pebbles on the beach. So we're going to put one there. Put one up there. And then the last one, maybe right there. I hope you think it's adorable. We tried to make it look like you're washing the ocean. You're in Venice, Florida on the beach, and you're just about ready to go shelling to get your shark's teeth, right? Or you go get your shark's teeth. Go looking for them with your metal mesh net thingy thing, the scooper thing, and there. And you're sitting back on the beach having a good old day. All right. That's our first one. Now, if you like that one, good, because we have 2 more that are very similar. Similar, but different. So let's just see here. The next envelope in the pile was this one. So that's the peacock one. All right. I have a friend that says it like that, so I have to say it like that. So there we go. Here's the next one. Let's roll right into it. So this guy looks like that. Let's take that out. The cellophane. So you've got 3 of these streaked dots, which I believe were on Last Chance. So we thought they looked great on here. We pulled them in. This is the designer paper. And you can see that we've got our chair pieces cut out of the Winnie the Pooh embossed pecan pie mat. And we were just looking for texture. Yes, we get it, that it's horizontal. But when you get everything on here, you can't even see that. So this will get glued on the top part like this. And then we have a darling duckling sun, which this will go here. So all your holes will get covered up. And then we have our chair pieces again. So this time they're in the peacock. And you have all these pieces. We'll put those together just like we did the last one. And down here we have some of the basic beige ribbon, the soft one. Not the bordered one, the more newer of the 2. All right. So let's get you lined up together. Good. Yeah, Feline, it is a great set for the masculine cards. I couldn't agree more. All right. But we have to decide what we're going to do. I'm not going to do Father's Day. I think I'm going to do them as today is your day and make it a birthday card again. But if you guys did want to do Father's Day, that would fit on there. So the stamps that came in this set, whoa, who's loving me? D. I'll have to call you back, girlfriend. So Happy Father's Day and Today's Your Day. Those 2 can work interchangeably for these cards if you have this set on these little strips like that. So that's perfect. So let's clean you though. All right, I think we'll clean these guys so that they're good to go. Okay, then we need to, let's do some stamping. So I've got today, oh, we got a bird there. Okay, today is your day. I'm going to put that on the outside, so let's do that. So we need the peacock ink is way at the bottom here. Whoa, what happened to you? My friend, you are not healthy. Let's just, whoa. Okay, let's see if that even stamps. That's what happens to the foam sometimes, is it really deteriorates. Does it stamp? Huh. I don't know. It actually stamps all right. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see. Yeah, you can see that. Look at that. From here, you can see that. Do you see that weirdness going on? Yeah. That happens to some of the pads. It happens to all of us. So I know at some point we probably have all gotten a pad that happened to. Now, this is an older pad. This is probably 5 years old. So it's stamped okay, though. Look at that. Like, that doesn't always happen for me, though. But it's stamped all right. Okay, so we've got the today is your day. Or, yes, today's your day. And we're going to angle it. Just like that. Okay, so that's ready to go. And then we've got the birthday that's going to go on the inside. That looked really dirty, but let's go with it. Have a great birthday is right there. And then we have the old olive. We'll grab that. And we've got our bird. Bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word. So the little foliage thing is going in the bottom corner here. And we'll leave that because we're going to need that on the outside. And then we'll come back to this and we need our gray granite. Made it to the bottom of the pile right here. And we've got a bird flying through the air with the greatest of ease. This guy right here. It adds a lot when you have a bird flying through the air. Right? Caw-caw, caw-caw. If you wanted, let's see what 2 look like. Put another one right there. See? You got 2. They're buddies. They're flying together. All right. You guys know what I want to do? I want to glue. Just to get rid of these 2 pieces. I won't say get rid of them, but let's say to adhere them down. Oh man, we're almost done with that one. Okay, and then right here. Okay, so the pecan, when you're looking at this, there is a set of trees that are going sideways. Those trees that are going sideways are going to go to the top, and this line, there's a line here, that's going to go towards the bottom. We have a little bit bigger of a pecan mat than normal. Sorry, backwards. A smaller mat. You get to see a little bit more of the peacock, right? And then this piece of designer paper, it fits right here. So you have the same border on the left and the right and the top. Covers up the hole, right? Then our inside can get glued in. Perfect. Looks good. Looks very nice. All right, we get to blend some more. Remember we said there's going to be a lot of blending going on today. So, let's pull this out. And with peacock, I generally like pool party. They go together like a horse and carriage. This, I tell you, you can't have one without the other. So peacock goes better with pool party, where balmy went really good with the blueberry. So we're going to do the same kind of concept here. We're going to go down to right about here, and then we're going to switch to the crumb cake. All right, so let's move this like that. It's got more of the greeny blue like look to it, where balmy blue is just straight up blue. This has more of a peacock undertones to it. Is your sun just a punch? It is. Yes, it is a 1 1/4 inch punch, if I'm not mistaken. Any circle size. We were between a 1 1/4 and a 1 1/2, and the 1 1/4 fit better. A 1 inch was a little too small. Okay. Give your arm that workout. See? Stamping is like lifting weights. You burn calories when you stamp, I think. All right, I can see that I've got thickness here and thickness here. So what I'm going to try to do is eliminate some of that thickness by going through the middle and softening that middle area. That's good. And then I'm going to go back up here and add a little more here as well. Whoa, I almost bent the whole thing, but we saved it. So again, this one, when you see that, it matches that better than the balmy would have been no bueno with that. Okay. Now we gotta flip it over and do the crumbs of the cake right here. I think that's it for pool party. All right. Crumb cake, some more sand. So this one reminds me, so the first one we were at the beach. This one reminds me more of being out camping, right? So let's think about this right here. That's where you are. So now we're at a campsite, right? That's what I feel. A beachy campsite. Out near a woods though. Like you're on a river in the woods and it runs through it. Like the river runs through it. And Brad Pitt is there, I think. Okay, so I'm getting there, right? Again, we talked about that you can add color, you can't take color away. So we're going to continue to make this a little darker. And this again is one where you want to be careful. You don't want to get too carried away and get into the pool party too much. That looks good. I think I can handle that. I like that. It's a little higher than the other one, but we'll be okay. No worries. No worries at all. And we've got our inside done already. All right, so let's pull this. We need to grab our old olives again. And we're going to stamp some of the grass from our grassy knoll. So there are 2 grass stamps in the set. One is bigger and has more. The other one's smaller and has less. We're going to ink this up. Some of them are going off the edge of the page, and that's quite all right. We're going to just go like this for now. And stamp the green. It's old olive again, and it's not all the way to the bottom. And it's going to be, so these shorter ones, I'm trying to make sure that they don't go off the edge of the paper. Hello, Barbara Gobby with a marsh. Yes, this is the marsh card. Right. We are at Parnell Tower. You got it. Okay, so there's one grass, and the other grass looks like this. Whoa. Okay, let's take the here for you off of there. The other one is up a little higher, right? We staggered. One's down lower, one's up higher over here. So like that. Boom. Like it. I love it. We have a bird in the sky. What do we call him? Not Superman. It's a plane. It's a bird. It's Superman. It's actually a sky rat. That's what we got going on here. So let's find our little sky rat, you guys. I didn't come up with that term. Somebody else came up with that term. It was not me. But they are kind of like sky rats. Okay. There's that. Little guy's going to go here. We're going to stamp our little guy by himself. He's hanging out. There's only room for one at this party right now. So the inside, his friends are starting to join him, right? Because I think I put 2. Yeah. His friends are going to make it to the party soon. All right. So we got that all situated. I think we got stamping done. Grab your tear and tape. Did I say something? Hi, Maria Gilbertson. I have enjoyed the pictures that you shared from the Spun in the Sun. Yay! Yes, pool party. Just keep hearing Christine say peacock in that voice. Peacock! So, oh yeah, if you haven't heard the story on that, I was stamping with Amanda Waldhart, and we were working on the Palooza for the, I think, the fall. And we were designing together, and I said it like that. And I don't know why I said it like that, because I think I was confused about what color I should pull, and I started to say and I didn't know if I was going to say pecan or peacock. I said peacock, And so Amanda just she just bust out laughing. And so ever since then, now the ladies, when we're in class and I'm designing with Diane, I say peacock. It's annoying, I get it, but it's funny here now. So I put a little bit of ribbon woven back and forth like this on this guy. Let's flip that over like so. And we can cut our tails. So yes, you guys, when you think of peacock, you're gonna say peacock. All right, now this one's gonna go this way. So we got the angle dangle going the same. And that is eventually gonna get popped up. So let's glue our sun on. Oh man, I think I need to grab another glue. Oh man, here's one. Drawer O adhesives. All right, so I feel like I opened this glue bottle when I did the homemade sweetness class on the 1st of May was when I opened that other bottle. And I remember we had some problems with it. It was really, unless we grabbed a new one, but I don't know. So we're gonna go like this. And I'm gonna make it go right to that corner, like that. Like so. And we're gonna trim those little sides off. Now, if you wanna keep them on, you can, but it just, to me, it felt better when these were cut off. Like that. Annoyingly hilarious. Right. Good. Well, at least I can make it funny. All right, so let's pop that up. And I love these. They have a shrill that takes on that tone. Yeah, right. Okay, this is perfect. Look at this. Look at that. The perfect length. And we're going to do this one. There. There. And oh, look at that. We'll put that guy right in the middle. I think we can take these off and pop this up onto the card front. All right. So the duckling matched better with the sun we were on. We didn't know what color to pick, but the ducklings seemed to match really nice compared to the crushed curry or the daffodils that are delightful. So that should get centered left to right. And then I kind of got it centered here to there. So that's good. Oh, we got a chair. Let's put a little glue right back here. And then be careful putting that through here. All right, so that part's done. I liked my thing that I did here where I grabbed a ruler and I'm going to draw the line. I don't know if it's going to show up very well because of the peacock. And we're going to find out when we flip this back. Oh yeah, I can see that. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I can see that enough to know where to put the glue. Oh, I knew that it was going to come out. No, it's a brand new bottle. I don't want it to ooze out through the holes of the wooden chair. All right, so this can go down now. All right, very good. Back to this thing here. Let's see. Oh, I didn't want two of them. Let's just grab one. So we're going to do one here. And we're going to do one. Whew. It's a tight fit, but I think we got it. And then we're going to do this one too. Okay, so we're close. Let's grab one for here. And one right there for good measure. And there. All right. That's enough, I think, on the back. You don't have to have the entire thing popped up. I think if you captured most of the pieces, you're good to go. And there it is. We're in our beachy marsh. Can go right about there. This one's going to get popped up. Okay, so my chair leg does need help. it's like flippy floppy. So let's show it who's boss. So that's where we can just fold this back. Whoa, a little bit of glue right there. When you put it down, you want to make sure you're not smearing your glue anywhere, because if you do, it might affect the blending that you're doing. And I can see right here, I probably should have done my sample card too. Okay, very good. I'm not going to worry about that one because it's underneath this. And what I'm going to do for this guy is put some right there. And right there. And that's going to go something like so. Looking good. All right, our gems are the streaked dots. We'll put, we tried to make it look like they're little brown rocks, something like that. So you got 2 big and a small, so let's put that big dude right there. And the small one can go there. Those are our stones or rocks. And then we have these little pieces. So don't forget about them. Like, the card looks perfectly fine, right? It's like you really can't see the difference. So these pieces there's just little accent pieces, I guess. We're going to do that. This one and right through there. Oh, man. Okay, so on the last one, I took my tear and tape instead of glue. So this time I use glue. So I'm not going to try to squish it so hard that the glue oozes through. And then this guy is here. And that one is there. And our Stella pen is going to come out and glisten our sun. Perfect. Voila. There we go. We've got that guy done. So the brown was nice. Those little streak dots, we hadn't used those for a while. So when I saw those, that they were going to be retiring, I thought, well, let's bring them out and use them again. I don't know if they're still available or not, but very good. So now we've got 2 scoops done. We've done 2. If anybody's just joined recently, we've got 2 Adirondack chairs. Haha, there we go. I said it. All right, now let's see what the next one is in the pile is Vanilla. Okay, so it's another one. And then we'll save the easy card for last. How does that sound? So this one is the Peaceful Pine. And I have my name on here for some reason. We're going to find out if I can even see why. So this was the Vanilla envelope. We've got some gems. They're from the Pearls of Beauty and they're crumb cake. And then you have a piece of beige for your top mat. A crumb cake strip for your sand layer. This is for your sentiment. Oh, the leg is bad. Oh, okay. So what happened here is, look at this nice little note. They put the leg is bad. So it's missing, like the bird chewed on it, right? The little bird is chewing on it. So they gave it to me because I can tuck my bird behind there and I'll be okay. I can make that work. And then this is the different back for the chair, but it's going to be the same concept. Here's the piece that goes across the front, the chair handles. We have some cattails in this one, so we'll color them momentarily. Hi, Terry Costin. Catching me live, yay. This is, you guys, 2-tone cardstock, super cool. So we've got the light on the back, and we've got the dark on the front. This is for your sky rat, your walking sky rat. Some 2-tone here that got utilized. We had some side scraps from those samplers, so we used, whoa, the light just went out. Oh, I wonder if, did you guys see that? Like the light just, I wonder if it needs, wonder if the light bulb just, I think we'll be okay, but which one is it right here? It has so many cords coming out right here, this guy. Oh, it got really hot. Oh, wow. I think that just went out. Whew. That is hot. Okay, I'm glad that went out because Okay, hopefully it's not too dark. I don't think it will be, but let's see if I could do something to make this offset a little bit better. Let me see here. We're gonna move this one up and over and go like that. Okay, there we go. There, that's bright. I like it. Holy Moses, that little, this guy right here, they say you have to be so careful with lights like this, that this thing is on fire right here. It's super, super warm. Okay, well, I'm glad we got that figured out. This itself also is two-tone cardstock. Oh man, come on, little dude. Okay, two-tone cardstock, and then the designer series paper goes on that. The inside, we chose to do beige for your inside piece versus vanilla, because it would be very cohesive. So we did that for your inside. A little more of the linen thread is here. And then you've got your Peaceful Pine. Definitely my favorite of the in colors at this moment because it is so versatile. I have used Peaceful Pine so much. It's amazing. I just love the color. And if you guys didn't get the in colors yet and you're not a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, right now there's a sign-up special, which I think I've only mentioned twice since May 1st. Oh, I'm so horrible. But if you are wondering, you can find information about it on my website under the Join My Team section. But right now, if you join Stampin' Up! And you want to join the Be Happy Stampers, that would be amazing. We'll take you with open bee wings. You get to choose two options. One is the ink pads, the new in color ink pads as a free gift on top of your starter kit, or $35 extra of product. So this is our sanding block. And what I'm going to do is lightly sand over the top of this two-tone. And what happens is it gives it a worn, rough look. Same thing happens with this. The more you do, the harder you go, the more you're going to wear off. And it's pretty cool technique with this two-tone cardstock. And we used the plaid embossing folder on here. Popped a bag of popcorn while watching. Does everyone know the trick to all the kernels? The trick. No, tell us, Laura. What's the trick for all the kernels? Lane wants to know too. Inquiring minds do want to know. All right, so that's just a sanding block. We discovered that on a previous live, I couldn't find my sanding block. So I took my Revlon nail file. And that also works as well. You just have to be a little bit more diligent about going back and forth. So a nail file does work if you don't have a sanding block, okay? All right, so you're gonna get all these little pieces of fuzzy sand-offs there. Okay, so let's zoom back out here. All right, so what would you do for a Klondike bar? We're gonna glue this, and I wanna just glue some things. I'm in the mood to glue. Glue 42. Let's do this one. And that one. If you want to, you could always use the light side to give it a different look. Hi, Kimberly. Yes, better late than never. You are so correct. So we've got this mat here. And this guy is about 3/4 of an inch. No, maybe not. Maybe 5/8 of an inch. So if we measure this, inquiring minds want to know, it is 5/8. So if you go here 5/8, that looks like 5/8. That looks like 5/8. All right. Now before you glue this down, if you need to trim off this side, you can. If it was too long, right? It might not be. So, but if it is, you can take care of it. And then this is going to get glued onto the Peaceful Pine mat. Like that. Okay. This one is popped up with the dimensionals. I am loving on these strips right here. It's so amazing that they're like just less than 4 inches. I wish that they sold these things. That would make me happy. All right, we'll just go like that. Okay, pick those off. Are you guys ready for a sunset? I can show you what the sunset looks like. It's not all pretty, and it's, hang on, you can look at me first, haha. And then I'm gonna put it back over here. I can show you the sunset. It's a little bit bright, but this is what I'm seeing right now coming out. The last time I showed you a sunset, it was pinks and purples, and it looked like cotton candy paradise. So I just happened to look up and I see the sun is shining down on us, and it's going down for the night. So this Peaceful Pine is 4 1/4. So you're going to have it be flush across the top. Right about there would be my guess. Oh, thanks, Julie Black. All right, so that's as far as we can go for right now. Now we gotta do some work. We've gotta do blending one more time. Just one more time. I just want to celebrate one more time. All right. Am I going to do Balmy Blue or am I going to do Pool Party? I think it's Pool Party, actually. If I had to assess the situation, I think we're going to do Pool Party. The parties of the pool. Okay. Now, for this guy, we're going to go almost all the way down to the bottom. And we're going to just save a little bit of space for the crumb cake. Wet the middle section. Do you run it under a tap? Put a damp cloth on it for a while. Just heard. Okay, well, oh, what is the popcorn trick? I just heard, and it works. I have no unpopped kernels. What? Wet the middle section. Wet the middle section. Do you run it under tap water? Put a damp cloth on it for a while. Hi, Karen Wetstein. So you guys, we have a whirly popper, and that's what we use to make our popcorn on the stove. And we add coconut oil, and sometimes I have olive oil that is butter flavored, and we really like that. Now, I think I did Balmy Blue. All right, let's start. Start over. Start and stop. Let's stop and start over. Choose your words. All right. Let's go back to the Balmy Blue. I think I'm going to like that better. Oh, I don't know. So let's just check here. I was feeling that the Balmy Blue has a little bit more of a contrast than the Pool Party was. And I think it looked okay with the Peaceful Pine. So when you make the popcorn is it in the microwave that you're popping it? Or where are you popping your kernels, Laura? Are you doing it in the microwave or are you doing it on the stove? So it's a little bit different because you're embossing. You're blending on vanilla. Okay? So it gives it a little different look. But that is Balmy Blue. I can see that now, that I definitely use Balmy Blue. It looks more like sky. All right. That's good to go. That's it for the Balmy Blues. So we're going to use a little bit of crumb cake in the bottom, which is right here. You're not going to see a lot of it, though. Pull that back. A little bit down here. Most of it's going to get covered up, so I really am not going to do more than that. Then on the inside, okay, we have a great birthday. Today is your day. That's what I'm going to go for. So that's it for that. We need to pull Peaceful Pine. And we have today. Ooh, that looks like it's got ink on it. Laura said I put the bag under the tap water. This was your first time trying it. So is it microwave popcorn? Okay, so we have today is your day. microwave, wet the middle section of the bag. Got it. Okay, I understand now. All right, so that's gonna go here. Ooh, really crooked. One moment, please. I'm gonna try that again. Ugh, it's this pad. When we use those pads, I've been told by the experts, I don't know, somebody once said to use a silicone mat underneath it. So it stamps better when you do that. And it did. I don't know why it does that, but apparently when you use the new fabric pads, you're going to want a silicone mat underneath for it to stamp better. Just saying. That's what I heard through the grapevine. All right. But we also have the grass. And the grass needs to be stamped now in the Peaceful Pine instead of the olives that were old. Man down. So let's get this guy cleaned up too. And this guy right there. Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. So for our blended piece right here, I have this in Peaceful Pine. The bigger one like Tigger, is off to the side like this. And then I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to put a little bit more right there. So that filled that in. Then on the other side, the other grass faces the other way. And we just have the tops here. And you're going to do 1, 2. So you've got it blowing in the wind in the distance. So there's another one. Okay. I like it. Then he's done for right now. So let's pull in our inside. And the inside looks like that. So we've got this one, and we're going to do first strength, and then we're going to do second strength right off to the side a little bit. It gives it a shadowing look that there's one in the distance. From a distance, the world is black and white. I don't know what the words are for that. Bette Midler, maybe though? From a distance. Do, 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 do. Yeah, that's all I know. Okay, birds down here. And then we need the grass. So the shorter grass, what I did is I inked up the tops of these, this one, and I stamped it a couple times, different heights. Second, so the bird's hanging out here with a little bit of grassy action, right? Just, that's all, just a little bit, not a lot. One right there though. All right, very nice, very nice. Then we have the Have a Great Birthday right there. Let's put you up here. Boom. All right, that's it for our green inking for a pad. Now we need to bring in some markers and do a little color-ing. Oh, we didn't stamp the bird. We're not done stamping. We have to stamp a bird. So let's do that really quick. In gray granite. Boom, right there. So you get a little scrap-a-roni of vanilla in here. So that's it for this guy. And we could glue. Okay. So I'm getting glue happy right now. We're gonna put this on the inside. And that can go onto the diamond here. It is the two-tone cardstock. We had a bunch of side scraps from it. So it's lighter on the back, so you could pick which side you wanted. So there's that, and then we've got the beige on the inside. Right there. Looking good. Very good. All right, we have a chair. And we can, at some point, I had this glue warming up. Oh yeah, oh no. Too much heat. All right. That was a lot of glue. So what we're going to do is we're going to scoop up some of this. Okay, and this one's gonna go right there. Yep, don't squeeze too hard, I guess. It'll ooze out on you. Tear and tape would probably have been better. All right, then this one goes back in like that. Get that extra glue off of there. All right, now this one, for the gluing, this whole top piece gets a little bit of glue. So what we can do, pull that back. Dot, dot, not a lot. I'm afraid to even squeeze it hard. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's go from a different angle. There. So this one's going to be harder because a lot skinnier spots. But I know that we can put this through the middle here of that section. And then behind our chairs, you can also add some dimensionals here. And now across the top, what would you do with that? Oh man, I think we're gonna go for that. That is about 1/8 of an inch. And then right here as well. Let's put that right there. Oh, very nice. Okay, that works. All right, for your bird, you can die cut it or fussy cut it. I have my die right here. I have the mini baby blue here. So let's go ahead and use this. It'll be faster, I think, because I have it sitting right here. I actually remembered to grab it. So let's put that through the ringer here. Okay, came in very handy. Cute and petite little dude. So for this guy, he has a beak. If anybody got the Be Happy metal dish, right, from the Winter Creative Escape, or was it the August one? I don't know, whenever we had the Escape. That's where I had this bird was hanging out all weekend on that, which was good. Okay, so we need to color his beak though. So I have Timid Tiger here. Grr, like Tony the Tiger. Color his beak there. Oh, right here we could do your little beak. And then on the inside. Right, we got that good. Then for our cattails here, we have them die cut for you. And you should have one facing one way and one facing the other way. And what we did is we grabbed a pecan pie marker and we colored the tops here. And then with Peaceful Pine, colored the bottoms. No, I didn't color the stems. I left them be crumb cake. Because you've got the leaves growing at the bottom here. And then the stalks, they seem like they're crumb cake to me. Okay. So they're all colored. So that's good. The one thing I did forget to do is I forgot to stamp sand on this. So when you go back to that, you're going to need some crumb cake ink. And then from it's the dirt for the Help Me Grow. Right here. So we're going to stamp off and add some to make it look like the sand at the beach. You could do first strength if you wanted, but I like the second strength a little bit better. Then I think we're done with the stamping. Okay, so let's figure out how to put this together. So what I did is I put this right over the top of this, and it is centered in the designer paper, and it's overlapping this side just a hair. But you really don't need a dimensional except for underneath on this side right here, on this peaky right there, the right point. So then you're going to grab liquid glue for that area. Okay, and so it's overhanging slightly, and then it's centered on the DSP here. So like that looks good. And making sure our points are about even. Okay, so right about there. That looks like it's straight to me. Then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put the chair down. And remember, I don't have any glue by my bottoms of my legs, which is fine, because they're actually going on top of the sand. So our chair is gonna set in here. That corner kind of, it just about hits that edge right there. So something like this would be good. I'm not going to press it down in case I want to adjust. This now, we can stage this. It's going to go underneath. Okay, here's a trick. Do you see that there's a point right here? And that point isn't here. What we did is we did cut that off. So we're going to grab our scissors. It's not going to hurt. Nobody's going to feel a thing. Just nip that little corner off. And you'll be happy you did, because you don't really need to see it. So now this is going to still continue to go right here. And that's popped up on this side and this side. But we also have some linen thread wrapped around it right there. We've got the bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word, and then our cattails coming out. So like, what do you want to do first? I would grab my tear and tape, have one waiting in the wings, and two of them. So this is about 1/4 of an inch from the left. And so that tear and tape needs to go right here and here. Okay. And I do on this one have a loop and a tail showing. So with this right about here, the loop is going, the tail goes up, and then we're going to make a loop like that and bring it across. You don't have to cut it. You can bring it across and make a loop kind of at an angle, and then bring your tail back. Now you have an extra inch. Feel blessed that you're not short an inch. But we got enough. You can make this into something pretty, like here, like if you, okay, so that's a slight, like, you got to be careful because you can't have it going off the bottom here. I just realized that. So I made my loop a little bit too big. That's okay. What we can do is bring this, take that off, and make a little bit smaller of a loop, and then bring the tail back. And you're going to trim again. And now you have, when you put this underneath here, you're on the card. Now, what are you going to do with these guys? What could you do? I'm going to take it and I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm going to put it over, actually, on this side right here. This is bonus weeds, okay? This is the bonus content. It's not even on that sample card. But I've got some cattails that are going to come up with right about here. So I'm going to take that one and this one right here, and we're going to fold both. So these were just scraps when I cut the linen thread. You guys just saw that. I don't want to throw it away. So I'm going to put it right on the edge there, and we're going to make it look like weeds growing up. But we need here one there, one there, and one across here. So what I've got is, this is popped up, but I think what we'll do is we'll do it flat. So I was just looking at that. We're going to take this off and this one off and grab a section here of dimensional, and we're going to pop up on the left. So if this goes here, we need about a chunk that big, which is going to go over here. That'll work. Okay. I didn't forget about the cattails. I just thought about them right now. They're coming up next. Okay, so that this will eventually go here. We could, for good measure, add a little more tear and tape right there. Right, so we're staging this stuff right here. Okay, so the cattail now, the one that's facing that way, that fits in right about here. I'll be honest, let's put this down. You probably, like, I hate guessing where to put things. So this actually goes right about there. So we're gonna move you over just a hair. That's good. So on my sample here, it's a little closer on the edge, but because of where I put the ribbon and these guys, I'm gonna put it just like this, I think. All right, grab, ooh, I lost my pick, take your pick tool. So I'm gonna spread my grass here, my dry grass. When you spread the linen thread, it makes it look like there's more of it and rattier. So we did that. And then this one, I'm gonna put a glue dot on the bottom edge right there. We're gonna tuck that right down there. Okay. And so we've got our linen thread there. And then this guy's gonna get the same thing. He's gonna get a glue dot right on the back end here. And now we're gonna pick this up very gingerly. Put that like that. Super cool. Okay, so like cheese queso, that covered in the front. And then we've got the bird. I have a bad chair leg. So I'm gonna stage my bird so it's kind of, you don't recognize that. So we'll grab a couple glue dots, one under his head and one right there. We've got that like that. Wonderful. And this is going to get glued flat right there. And then we have our arms of our chair. There and there. And like that. Okay. I think my die cutters were sick of these little chair pieces. Like, they're done. They never want to see them again. When we cut 60 and 60 and then another set of 60, it was a lot. So, but we know you guys appreciate it. So that's going to go here. And then I've got the gems here. All right, Penny Powell, this is for you. I'm going to rip that off. And then our gems. So I put the gems over off on the side over there, but I don't think it would hurt. So if I do a big and a small here, I don't think it would hurt to put one right about there because it makes it look like a little rock in the sand. Oh, that's a workout and a half, you guys. Wowzers. So what could you Stella? Let's Stella the cattails. Now they're just hanging in there like freely. There's not a lot of support system with the cattails. So you could, if you so desire, bring it back and put a little dab will do ya. A little one. And when you set that down, put it right into the card. Like that. Okay, and then do the same thing here. I'll just give it a little extra support. Whew, okay. Marlene likes the colors. Good, 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 good. All right. The blending cards are a little bit more of a workout, I will have to say. It's a card workout. So we've got 3 done so far. We got all the Adirondack chairs. Adirondack chairs. All right. Lastly is our easy card. Like, we got done with these 3 and we're like, yup, the next card has to be easy peasy for you guys because that was 3 intense cards. And I can tell because it's like, wow, my brain is fried after putting these 3 together. Okay. So what we have left is the easiest one of them all. And I'm glad I saved it for last because you definitely got warmed up. And now you should be hot to trot for this last one. Peaceful Pine. That's what we're looking at here. And this card looks like this. It says here for you. And you've got 3 of the Pearls of Beauty. We did the Winnie the Pooh embossing folder again on here. And you've got a scrap, it's a big scrap, but that's for your bird. And we've got some two-tone labels here, or this one is two-tone and then a white one. More cattails. And then we did the wood grain paper for the bottom. A white mat for the inside. Oh, this is why I got this. So, oh man. So I got the end of the roll of the ribbon, and my mom wants me to work with this. So my mom wrote my name on here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pick this off. And what happened was it's not quite long enough. Oh yeah, it's just like not there. But because I'm gonna show you how to conserve ribbon, I'm gonna make it work. Because we got down to the end and I didn't want to not use that piece of paper or piece of ribbon. So first things first, we're gonna glue down this designer series paper. And make sure you put it in the bottom so there is a direction to this. That's what that looks like. That's the Winnie the Pooh 100 acre embossing folder. So, like that. And for this, because I have a short, now you guys aren't gonna have to do this, but I have to do it because I got a shorter piece of ribbon. Go like that. 2 waiting in the wings for the back, 2 waiting in the wings for the front. It uses more adhesive, but it doesn't, it lets me use the last piece of ribbon that was there. So it was about 5.5 inches, which isn't enough. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this and cut it in half. One side had glue, so it might be a little tacky, but that's okay. Now what I'm gonna do is pick off the front stuff. I split it is what I did. So now I have enough ribbon on that side. And then on this side, I'm just going to try to make sure I keep it even. Right? So if you're really concerned, you could take, you guys don't have to do this. I get to do this because they think I know how to make this work with ribbon, and I do. So it's just under 2 inches. And just under 2 inches. So we're good to go. But now we need to secure all this. So I'm going to go put this right there. This one right there. Here and here. Now just before I get glue happy, I'm going to just double check. Yep, that's perfect. It covers that up. So that's a way if you have just a little bit of ribbon and you want to make it work and not get a new piece, that's how you make it work. So we're going to glue this down. That right here. Perfect. And then our bird can get stamped in gray granite. AKA, you guys know the drill. He's a sky rat. What's the inside look like? Oh, you're in my thoughts. Okay. So here's the bird. For there. Now you have plenty of scrap. I mean, I have a big lot of scrap there. So then we're going to put a bird here. Okay, and then I'm going to make the flying bird appear on the inside. I think we'll do 2. Okay, I got to go find a sentiment. So that's it for the gray granite. Now we need the green again. And silicone mat. With this white label. And we've got here for you. Well, one moment. Let's get organized. We're going to do this and stamp just like we did on the other card. We're going to put some greenery around our bird. Okay, so there's that side. And then we've got the taller one. Let me just see. I don't want to do the taller one. I changed my mind. Okay. No. What I do need, though, is a block. So that's why I was trying to figure that out. So let's grab this. I'll take this guy off. here for you. Going on the label. The label is from Forever Florals. And, oh, that's a different here for you. Interesting. Very interesting. Huh. Okay. Think about where that stamp set's from. Well, that's interesting. They didn't say anything to me in class last night. I had this class last night, and there's 3 gals doing class, and nobody said anything to me. I mean, that could work. I think it'll work. Nobody said anything because it works. This here for you is from Delicate Framing, and that works. So let's get our bird cut out here, and we're going to go with it. I can't think about where that, I can't remember where that's from. My recipe card's not in there either. So we'll do this one. Very interesting. It works, right? I'm not going to say it doesn't work. It definitely will work. And it works just as nice. Okay, so that's good. And our cattails also get colored again. Same colors. We did the pecan and we did peaceful pine. So we'll get those colored. Okay. And then this one. Like that. Perfect. Okay, so those are colored and ready to go. That one over there, that one over on that side. See, it fills it in nice. It's all good. But we still need to die cut this. And we'll put the little bird right there. And die cut that, and then we'll stamp his beak. I'm not stamp, but color his beak. Okay, very good. All right. So I used the Timid Tiger marker again on this one for that beak, and then we'll do this one as well. And we'll see, that one's done. That one's done. Okay, perfect. So that's it for the orange marker. And then what I did is I glued this onto the Peaceful Pine. It's the two-tone again. We had lots of side scraps. When we cut the two-tone 12 by 12 down to 9 by 9, it gave us a 3-inch section on the side, and we used that a lot. So we're going to take this and we'll pop that up now. We'll use some of these guys. Like that, looks good. So this is going to go in the middle here. I've got it centered top to bottom, and then there's a point right here, and I had that point line up with the Designer Series paper. And then for our cattails, I would grab a glue dot and secure that behind here. And then this one is off to the races on this side. This one, it's not all the way down to the bottom, it's up a little higher. And that's because our bird is situated right there. So we want to see some of the greenery come up like that more. And do we pop it up? Pop it up, pop it up. Yeah, why not? Oh no, let's just use some glue dots. going to put a couple glue dots behind the bird, and he's walking along. He's so excited. There it is. Okay, I did get a glue dot sticking out the edge there. Okay, and then the gems are the whitey whites here that they're a coral, a white, and a crumb cake. So figure out where you want to see them. I'm going to put one there, and then on the other guy over there. And our inside, that needs to, look at me, I did that last. Gluing the inside is usually one of the first things I do. Greenery Lane, Sherry Ott, you are so correct. It's Greenery Lane, yeah. Good job. Oh man, this guy, oh look at that, I got some left there. So this will get glued on the inside. Oh, what did I else I have here? You're in my thoughts. Well, I guess I'll go find You're in My Thoughts. It's from Rolling Waves, and we'll glue that right now, even though I've got everything glued in. I'm trying to get that thing off my hands. Okay. Put you away. Put you away. I'm going to go get You're in My Thoughts because we'll stamp that yet on here. So one moment, please. So the Rolling Thoughts, or Rolling Waves, looks like that, and it's got You're in My Thoughts. I wish I had a chamois hanging from the ceiling, and I could just go up and grab it and pull it down. Like it'd be hanging right here, and I just whoop, pull it down, push it up, pull it down. That would be so sweet. All right. So now we have to stamp this really good because we've already glued it in, so we're really committed. Okay, You're in My Thoughts is going right about there. We'll let that simmer for a moment while we get this cat fur off of here. There it is. All right. This can be done. Boom. All right. All right. I can handle that. Whew. All right. So, you guys are correct. Here for You is from Greenery Lane, as well as Delicate Wishes. Delicate Framing. All right. So, we've got that one. The class is called Waterside Retreat. We've got an Adirondack chair. That wasn't so bad. And there we go. We got all 4 of them done. Whew. They were intense workouts. But it was a good workout. It's like the song, I work out. All right. You can go back home. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think, who do we appreciate? And there's 11. Oh, our shells go in there. Very good. That's where the shells come from. So, oh, I lied. The sand is from Rolling Waves, not Help Me Grow. The Help Me Grow has dirt, which looks very similar to this, but these are where those shells come from. All right. All right. See, I learned something. I was telling you guys incorrectly. So now we got that all figured out. So that guy can go away. This little Judio can go here. And then, the sand. All right, dirty sand. Definitely dirty. All right, perfect. We'll put you away. You guys are telling me what your favorite one is. I'm waiting for you to tell me. So we have our, all right, this is our hunting card. We're out in the woods. And like, I think of like the trees in the forest. I think of September for that one. This one, I think we're in the marsh. And this and a beach camping in the marsh with lots of mosquitoes. And then this one, I feel like we're at the beach in Venice, Florida, and we're about to go search for the shark teeth. And then this one, I don't know. That one doesn't put me anywhere. Except for here for you. That's how I feel on that one. Oh, yay. Okay. What do you guys think? You're good to go. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. 11 is correct. Amundo. Ta-da! All done. You like all of them, and you want to go to the beach now. Good. And Debbie said the hunting card is her favorite. Yeah, this looks like we're in the duck blind, right? So, all right. So, I have to think. I also like this one. I think if I had to pick one, if you made me say you can only pick one, I would pick this one too. I like the intricacies of the different linen threads. So you guys should hopefully have enough that you can put a little bit of your weeds here growing next to the cattails. They're all good. I do like them all. I can't say that there's any one of them that is bad. They're amazingly awesome. And we did it. Great guy cards, says Pat. And the pretty peacock chair is her favorite. Okay, very good. They're all nice. Very nice. So nice. So let's see who placed orders to get the class for free and see what I can do to pick somebody and see what we've got here. I don't think I put numbers down yet, and I can do that really quick with my pencil here. Oh man. All right. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 7 and 8. All right. It looks like 8. 8 it is. Let's do a little random number generator. Snooze. For 8 people. 8 scoops. And generate number 5. All right. Let's see who number 5 is. 5 is Susan Wormley. Very nice, Susan. Very good job. Very good. Susan Wormley, congratulations. I will have a card kit for you at some point in the future. I will be catching everybody up on their cards at some point in the future. It will not be in the next 3 weeks, though. That I know. May. Yeah, I can't make promises that it would be for the June. Because when I get back, we get back at midnight on June 8th. And I'm hoping to marry up all the card classes together and have shipping ready for Thursday. I have it on the calendar for June 12th for shipping, but I want to try to do it by Thursday. Like that's my goal. So between Thursday and Friday, like we'll probably prep all the shipments on Thursday and then drop them off at the post office and the UPS on Friday. Like that's so that we do it like that they actually go out on the 12th. That's the goal. So aggressive goals, you guys. We all around here, we have aggressive goals. So all good. So what's happening now? Now that we had to rearrange the schedule a little bit, if you guys caught me in the beginning, I am going to be rescheduling ink, paper, scissors. It is going to be tomorrow morning at 10. It'll probably go from 10 to 12:30 if I had to guess. 10 to maybe 12:15, 12:30, something like that. Because we have paper to cut and we're making 5 cards, not 4 cards. So ink, paper, scissors is going to go a little bit longer tomorrow. And then at 2 o'clock is the showcase showdown for June. And I know Tyler's here now. I can hear him. So we'll probably have dinner now. And then before I go to bed, I will be emailing out the IPS tutorial. I'll be creating the event on Facebook and my website and the YouTube live for the June class showcase. I'm going to make the June registration form for classes, and I'm going to see where Jolene's at with the Sweet Bundle class to see if that's good. I don't know if that's going to go out tonight. This class's tutorial will probably go out tomorrow. And what else? There's just a whole bunch of other things too that need to happen, including about 12 shipments yet for tomorrow and communicating with a few more people about their orders. So there's still a lot to do. So, oh, no rest for the weary, you guys. We know that. That's how it goes. So, all right. If I forgot anything, you guys, I'll be live at 10 tomorrow and I'll just say it then. Oh, okay. So, all right. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Lots of sunshine, love, and big hugs. You have a good rest of your evening, everybody. Love ya. Bye.